And so
Okay.
Hill Cumorah, and then we went to Vermont, but I guess that's that was farther south, huh?
Further north.
Further
New
north.
York, Cumorah,
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's
New
Vermont.
York and Vermont and New Hampshire and Maine
I have an idea for something that
Above
we could do.
east.
New York.
Leave
Yeah.
the
Mostly east.
discard
Yeah, okay.
sack as
You're right.
is.
Kinda.
No.
My geography isn't the best.
Now I need to think about
Okay, so let's see, what else was I thinking?
that. I remember Warren's Lobster House,
I do too.
and
Really good clam chowder.
I ordered, the seafood, and I never liked fish, and my dad was really worried, and I ordered fried clams, a whole thing of fried clams, and my dad's like, yeah, he's not going to eat it, everyone else is going to have to eat it. But I finished it all.
And you enjoyed it?
And I enjoyed it, it was good, yeah.
Yeah.
It was good, and we stayed in a little motel, little cabins set about the property wherever we were staying, and there were wild blueberries, and so we went out in the morning and ate wild blueberries.
Yeah.
And I think that's as far
Agree.
away from home as we were, was Kittery.
And now I've got your spleen.
And he brought back memories for him, because that's what he did as a missionary.
Yeah, that's what he did as a missionary. So Dad was a missionary without purse or script in the summertime, and they would eat blueberries.
To fill the gaps until they got a square meal from somebody.
And I remember Dad telling me that,
It's fine.
I think it was Mr. Woodbury. It was one of his friends on that trip. I got up early and was hungry, and I got myself a bowl of cereal and then washed the bowl.
No.
And Dad's friend, whoever it was that we were staying
I'll
with,
help you with
was very complimentary to Dad because I had washed my bowl.
Oh, yay, good for you. It's good. You remember the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, I remember it was a really long. You know, you go up the stairs and then it's a spiral staircase up to the crown, and they had closed the arm. You couldn't go up to the torch. Because there was actually a structural defect in the tower. So it was built, this is not something that I remember from the trip, this is stuff I learned after. The structure for the tower was designed by Gustav Eiffel, who was the same guy who did the Eiffel Tower, obviously. And as he designed it, it would work, but when they actually built it, it wasn't made to print, and so they scabbed on some stuff, and so the arm didn't work right, and so it was structurally unsound, so they wouldn't let people in the staircase up the arm, and I guess that's a smaller one anyway. But I was disappointed. The windows were quite small.
Small, just the crown of her head.
Yeah, just those little openings in the crown, in the base of the spikes of the crown. And I had to be held up, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the ferry ride over and just walking around on the island.
I don't know, do they still let people go into the Statue of Liberty?
I think so.
Okay, that's good.
I know I think they shut it down after September 11th, but I think they've opened it up again. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And we went up the Empire State Building. It was before the World Trade Center had been built.
Right. So it was the tallest building.
No, I didn't.
It was the tallest one in
No,
Europe.
I remember the observation deck. Wasn't that like on the 86th floor?
Yeah, I think it was the 86th floor, and it had the fence, and the fence came in so that you couldn't jump, and there was some discussion about how fast a penny would be going if you threw it off. How fast would a penny be going by the time it got to the ground?
If I say Uno before I do it,
And
then I don't draw. So if I'm here and I
is
say
it going
Uno,
to be going as fast as a rifle
then
bullet? I don't know.
if I do this,
Yeah, what do you
this, and then like
now that you're not 8 years old?
Now that I'm not 8 years old, I think it would start to tumble.
Oh yeah, spin.
Right, it would probably start to tumble, so that would limit how fast it would go. But it would be going pretty fast. It could probably hurt you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't. It wouldn't be going as fast as a rifle bullet, but I bet it would be going 100 miles an hour.
So we were gone for about a month. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about a month, and it was about, I think it was 9,000 miles on the car.
You remember Carthage jail?
Yeah, I remember Carthage jail. I was really impressed that the bloodstains were there still. Yeah, they were never able to be removed.
Yeah.
And Nauvoo and Carthage Jail really affected me. I really enjoyed those. And I haven't been back to Nauvoo since, so I haven't.
Yeah, that was before they really did a big
So they had
restoration project for Nauvoo.
they were just starting to do like an archaeological excavation of the temple site.
Oh, no.
And so they had found some of the stones. A lot of the quarried stone had been carried off and used other places.
Yeah.
And I guess they don't know where they quarried it from,
I don't know.
or that's what they said at the time. Maybe they found it since then. But so there were a few shops in Nauvoo. There was like a blacksmith or something,
and
something like that.
Gunsmith or something.
Yeah, there was some. Yeah, I think it was a gunsmith because.
Are we just gonna reveal our hands or not?
Because Browning, John Moses Browning, who basically invented modern firearms,
If either of you have
lived
a verse,
in
I would have
Nauvoo.
done this.
Was he a member of the church?
Yes. So in Europe, a handgun, a semi-automatic pistol, is called a Browning, and he designed the 1911 Colt
You get
45.
to swap cards with
Oh, okay.
someone.
But you have to swap cards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
the
then
1911
if you
was
play a zero,
was the
you switch
standard
hands with the
sidearm
person
issued in the
in the
military
rotation.
from 1911
Next to you
until
in the rotation.
1985.
So if it's going clockwise, you would give the
And-
person up.
But he also
give your
designed a
cards
bunch
to
of
the person
stuff
on
for
their left.
Fabrique
And
Nationale,
vice
which is a
versa.
Belgian
And then there's
company.
jump-ins, which
And
are if someone,
and he designed the
if
Browning
someone
machine gun. So
has,
there's a 50 caliber round.
if someone
That's
has
the Browning
the exact
machine
same
gun
card,
round.
exactly.
If someone
It
plays
was in 18
a card and you have the
whatever.
exact same card.
No, he designed that one later.
Oh, okay.
The Browning
Yeah,
machine
so,
gun
like,
Exact
was.
same. So red 4 and you have a red 4.
I don't remember when that
you
one
get to
was.
jump in.
So if
They used it in World War
so let's
II.
say that you have already
Hold on a
played
second.
it, like,
Scott,
Yeah?
you're too loud.
Sorry.
Okay. It's okay, we don't mind.
We're
but
recording,
trying to
but we
record.
want people to be able to hear it and not just your game. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so Browning did the Browning machine gun, and the Browning machine gun was like, mounted in the wings of airplanes and stuff, and it was like jam-proof, right? It was the Stone Axe reliable machine gun. I know they used it in World War II. I don't know if he did it in World War I or not.
You can jump in on yourself.
That's cool.
But-
And
Yeah, so they had that gun shop
you
there.
only get like one
What?
jump in.
A descendant
It
of
also
the
does
original
something
Browning?
with the turn order.
I don't remember if
Like,
if the
it's
Browning who
His
designed
turn, and then I
he
jump
designed the
in.
Winchester
That would have been
rifle.
my turn. And if it's going
Right.
clockwise,
No.
it would be Scott's
Winchester
turn.
7.
No, or he adapted the Winchester rifle to be semi-automatic, where you put a thing at the end of the rifle so you shot through and the blast would move this lever that would cock the rifle.
Yeah.
And then he went on from that to design the semi-automatics and stuff. And I don't remember whether that guy was in Nauvoo or whether his dad came out and he was born out here in the West.
Okay.
But-
Well, that's a good piece of history.
So what you
But,
could do, so here's
that's how we.
But yeah, it was one of those
I
guys
get it. I was just saying. That's
was the Browning of Browning machine gun.
Yeah.
yes, so if you had a
So
red 5,
what
you
did
could jump
that
in,
trip
but
do
since
for
it's
you?
going clockwise, it would just be your next.
I don't know. So
How did it impact your life?
I turned to 8 that summer.
Yeah, so he played
And the
one
next
and then
year,
he jumped in.
I was in 3rd grade. And 3rd
We were
grade
doing
for
zeros
me
and
was a
sevens,
transformative year because in 1st and 2nd grade in kindergarten, I had always been in the stupid.
Yeah, so same color, same card, same number.
I was in the slow reading group,
So like
and
or if it's like a if I
so
play a wild. Or
I remember
plus
in
four,
1st grade
+4 wild or
sitting in the
+2 or
classroom,
skip
and there
or
were
and
these
it's,
big charts, and they
especially
were
with
on
skip,
like
I'll-
canvas,
yeah,
right,
but,
with lines, 3 lines
I
going
played a
across. The
+4
center
wild.
line is dotted, and they
this one
had
he-
sentences, and there were words
if
missing
he has
from the
a +4 wild,
sentences.
he could see
And then
it,
down at the
and
bottom
it
there was a
said
list of
it's me.
words. Okay, cool.
And
then they would give us a book to read, right?
Negating my +4,
See
I get
Jane,
plus
see
5,
Dick,
and
see
get
Jane
+4.
run, right? See Spot run.
No,
The Dick and Jane reader books.
And it's going this way.
And then
Yeah.
you would read
No,
those,
it doesn't matter.
and then
You
they
jump
gave
in
us
on the-
sentences. Okay, you gotta do the sentences.
Not
So,
not on the.
What does
so
do
you
sentences
something
mean? Well, you
on the
copy
basic
this down on your paper,
So I-
and then where there's a missing word, you fill in the missing word. Okay, first sentence, first word. This doesn't make any sense, but that's the assignment. Second sentence, second word.
Right.
And so they must have thought I was an idiot.
The one you're talking about.
I didn't realize that the stories
Yeah.
and the sentences
Yeah,
were connected at all. So I was in the stupid reading group. So when we got to third grade, my third grade teacher,
Mrs. Green.
Mrs. Green, who was, she was a crazy woman. She had a really feisty temper. And I remember I posted a picture of my third grade class picture on Facebook and said, "This is Mrs. Green. She had a fiery temper, but she saved my life." And Amy Shouse, who I had a crush on in third grade,
I haven't played.
commented on the picture and said, "If by fiery temper you mean hucking your huge ring of keys at students across the room, then yes, she had a fiery temper." Oh, okay, I don't remember that.
I'm not playing.
But she thought I was bright, and so she had me tested, and I tested as bright, and that changed my life. And I don't know that I don't know that going on the trip didn't have an effect on that, right? Because I got to see all these cool things and it opened up all these cool possibilities, and you
You
know,
were still glowing with it.
you
by
see
the time.
Gettysburg and Williamsburg and Washington D.C. and New York City, and you ride the ferry out to the Statue of Liberty, and you stand at the bottom of Niagara Falls, and you see the Henry Ford Museum and the Hershey factory, and you get to be on the coast where the sun comes up over the water instead of setting over the water, you know, so you're like on the other side of the continent and all that. So I don't know if that had an effect on that or not. But yeah, that was a real, that summer and that school year was a real transformative time for me.
If I had a +4,
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, Mrs. Green,
it's fine.
you know, I'm sure she's dead now.
So if there was another,
That was a long time ago. That was
I
50
could
years
jump
ago.
Well, but she wasn't that old, was
Only-
she? I don't know.
only
She
for
could be
precise-
She's
mom's
probably
age,
35
maybe.
or 40.
I could play.
Yeah, so she's
But
probably.
She's probably
Likely
95. She's
passed
probably
on.
likely passed on.
Yeah, good lady.
Mrs. Green and Mrs. Cascalis, those were the two
If you were
teachers
if you were
that
+7
saved
and
my
you
life.
had a +4,
I never had Mrs. Cascalis, but I remember her.
+4, then it goes to me. And
Yeah.
Every year, Mrs. Cascalis would
So,
take a phone book,
jumping in on
and she went out between classrooms, and on the last day of school, she would take a phone book, and rip it in half.
Huh?
But
and she did this when she was.
if you just
You
stack
can't do
it,
that.
She was 70. I wrote her on my mission,
Oh, wow.
and I have the letter that I got back from her.
So this draws 4. It's your turn.
And from what I've
And she was 74. She said she was born in 1910.
+4s
She was born with Halley's Comet, and she was talking about how she wanted to stick around until Halley's Comet came in. So when I had her, 5th grade, so I was 10, so that would have been 71, so she would have been 61. And she tore a phone book in it.
Well, that's how old I am right now, 61.
Yeah. So I want to go get a phone book and we'll tear it in
I've
half.
got a little skinny one I can tear.
Well, she
They don't
told
have
us
phone
the
books
secret.
anymore.
So the secret is you crease it and then you clamp down really hard. And then when you straighten it out, all the pages are separated. And so then you can start it because you're starting only one page at a time.
Uh-huh.
And so then you're able to work through the whole book.
Did I do you dirty?
But yeah, it was very cool. She was a very good teacher.
Well, we were just talking earlier about evidence of God in the world.
Alma 30.
Yeah, and so, you know, evidence of God,
if I skip someone,
raising up
so
teachers,
if he's skipping you,
giving us a wonderful experience as a
you
family.
can't just jump in to
That,
skip someone.
you know,
that
last
skipped
time
this,
I visited
but
Dad,
what I can do is I
just
can
me
jump
and
in
Dad.
his skip, and
The
instead
the last time I
him,
visited him, I had
and
James
then
and Alan
you
with me, but the time before that, when it was just me and Dad, he was remembering that trip.
Yeah.
It's definitely a bright spot in our family legacy that was really impactful for us.
Yeah. Dad had us all in matching clothes.
Right.
We had orange, yellow shirts, button-up shirts.
Golden California, that's what it's
California,
supposed
yeah,
to
it's the
represent.
Golden State.
Yeah.
And plaid pants.
It's
Shame
kind
of
of
it.
like hip huggers, right?
Yeah, plaid. Well, it was 1969. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Hang out with
tomorrow morning.
So we would
Fashion
look
was-
like a group.
Yeah, and there were people who, like, I remember there were people at like Niagara Falls who were like, didn't I see you at the
Right,
Empire State Building? Yes, yes you did. No, you didn't. It's an alien invasion. That was probably other aliens.
He's got two
That's right.
floors.
The gold
blue and
shirt.
green.
Yeah, but it's great to have my brother here, and it's great to record this, and thanks for
These
listening
cards,
if you
you're gonna
watch
see what it
this.
is.